Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using this sketch right here. I got it off of Pinterest and there's a website on the side. So if you need any additional information, you can always pause it at the beginning and get your measurements and join me at the table. So for the focal image, I decided I wanted to use my sunflower stamp from the ton. And I'm inking it up with the Versaclear Nocturnal ink. And I'm just going to make sure I'm pressing nice and even. And I got my image. Now it barely fits, but it's just enough that it's pretty much it's in the center of that square, which is 2.5. I think it's 2.5 by 2.5 square. And I'm just going to clean up my stamp real quick and get it put away. I always have good intentions in trying to make sure that I clean up kind of, either as I go or at the end. It doesn't always work out that way. I'm going to keep it real. I still think I have stamps somewhere that I need to clean. Who knows? So I'm going to zoom in. And I want to show you, I'm coloring with these Zig markers. And I'm using the color Ochre. And the yellow is, I want to say it's a traditional, it's just bright yellow. And what I'm doing is I'm putting down ochre and then I'm tapping it with the yellow marker and then bringing the color out. And what it does is it helps blend between the two colors and gives it a nice like little bit of shading. So it gives a little bit of dimension. You could definitely do this more than once. I just go around one time while I'm working on this, but like I said, if you want to do more depth, you could just make it darker and go back. You could try 3 colors. I find the zigs kind of, you can work them almost just like an alcohol marker. It's just a little bit different because obviously it's watercolor. But the idea of tapping one color with the next to get it to blend, I got that from watching people who were doing a lot with Copics. So, and I just thought, yeah, why can't you do that with watercolor? Or to help blend colors that don't necessarily want to blend naturally on their own, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're just gonna go around the petals here, and I'm not sure if I do or not, but if I go off camera at all, I do apologize, because it's very easy when you're in the throw of coloring to forget that one is recording. So at one point I kind of looked up and realized I was really close to the edge, and I do try and push it up so that way I'm not doing all this off camera. So you can see I have sped up the film only because otherwise it would be like 20 minutes long with everything. So I sped it up, but it really, with this small of a picture, it doesn't take long to go all the way around and get all the petals and colors done. And then for the backs, like the ones that are on the back side, obviously I do the same technique, but I don't worry about the whole blending part because it's behind, so it's gonna have a little bit more of a shadow than obviously the ones that are on top that are getting the light. And I'm trying to see here. Then after we get these last 2 petals, we're going to work on the center of the sunflower. And for that, I have a dark brown and I want to say it's a regular brown. It's not light brown. But what I like about these two, it works in the same way, I wanted this nice dark edge close to the sunflower, and then I wanted to kind of bring it out. And by mixing or tapping with the lighter color, I'm able to soften that dark color edge and still get a nice blend. It almost like creates a third color, if that makes sense. And that would be the medium tone. And I'm so sorry. The rest of the video got lost. But basically all I did was I matted each of my pieces and made sure to corner round all 4 edges to obviously match the sketch here. I can't believe that my recording had stopped. It's what happens when you don't delete previous videos after you've uploaded them. Oh, the struggle be real sometimes. Okay, so once we get that glued down, I'm going to put some tape and attach my ribbon to the back side. And then once I have enough, I'm just going to trim and once I have that down, I'm going to just add some score tape. And I don't always use score tape on my videos just because of the ribbon. I just wanted to make sure that it was definitely laying down, and then I forgot to put tape in the middle. And then adding more glue. And then we're going to attach this to our card base, which is A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is a top folding card. All right, so once we got that on, then I'm going to take the focal image and I'm going to attach that using some foam. And I'm just going to cut a strip and start putting it on the back because I want this to have a little bit of height. Even if I was mailing this to somebody, this little bit of foam right here, it isn't going to make or break sending it. So I don't mind a little bit of height on certain elements of the cards. It gives it a little bit of interest. And this one, I really liked it because it allowed me to use a little bit of pattern paper, and I was able to stamp and do this image, and then even bring out the ribbon, which I don't use that much. And I really don't have a huge stash, but you know, it's nice to be able to use some stuff in your hoard, you know, to get it used instead of it sitting looking at you in the craft room, right? So I'm just fussing with the ribbon, trying to get my bow to a place where I like it, and then I'm going to trim it down. And then when I lay it down, I'm like, I'm still not liking these tabs. It was bent in a weird way, and then I cut it even more weird, so I just cut it straight. Sometimes it's just like, like, why are you messing with me? But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to put a little bit of this clear cool tack. It's a little square I'm putting on the back of the ribbon, the little bow, and then I'm going to attach it to the side. Now, I did, off camera, when I did my first bow, I was going to, like, pull the ribbon through and tie a knot straight with the... It kept messing with me. So eventually, once I got this to lay down straight and be decent, I just moved on. And I was showing you, you can do the sentiment in kind of different ways. You can put it right in the center of the sunflower. You can put it down towards the bottom, which is what I do on this card. But I will show you if you put it through the center of the focal image, how that looks too. And then I decided to grab my Nuvo drops. And we're going to put a couple of drops. I want to say I do 3 right here next to the sentiment. And then we're going to give it a light tap. Tap, 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 tap. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. There is your card. And then this is the version. I did a little bit bigger on my glue dots, and I put the sentiment in the center. So you get a sketch very similar. One's further up to the top, one's a little bit more in the middle, but you get the same display, and it's a really pretty card. You can use fun papers behind your image. You can make the focal image really either stand out alone and then have the sentiment separate, or put it all together. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and hit that little bell so that way you get a notification anytime I upload new content. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I love my Friday sketch videos because I know it's time to chill and relax on the weekend. You guys have a great day.